Oh, Kjell is back. Going to whine about something again? Why, yes. Yes, I am. People keep doing dumb stuff, and it makes me angry. I need to let off that steam somehow, and then shouting at the void is kinda the only thing I can do. Not really sure where to start though, so I guess I'll start at the beginning. So if I have any viewers, I might be about to repeat a lot of stuff that you've heard before. If you're new, how? YouTube does nothing to help smaller creators. How did you find this video? I'm skipping ahead. I'll get back to it. So first there was nothing, and then there was a loud bang caused by. Maybe that's too far back. Born in 1990. No, that's still too far back. Right. So I started uploading videos back in, I'm pretty sure it was like late 2012, early 2013. I know it was around that time because I remember I had to make a video where I talked about needing a little break to deal with my dad's death and funeral, which was May 8th, 2013. And I had been uploading for a bit and a half at that point. Uploaded for a few years before I decided to stop due to something called Article 13, later known as Article 17. Basically, the EU, not to be confused with Europe. I know this throws a lot of people off, as we on the internet call Europe EU, but it's the European Union. It's a collection of European countries. Norway is in Europe, but it's not in the EU. Britain was in the EU and in Europe. Brexit happened, and they're not in the EU anymore. As of this recording, there's talks about them rejoining. But they never left Europe. They didn't strap a bunch of boat engines to the eastern border and just kind of farted it closer to the US. Anyways, long story short, favor trading, money changing hands, yes and no being swapped for the first time, you know, corruption. Why I doubt Stop Killing Games will work out, yada yada yada. I stopped uploading videos and deleted everything. So one of the things I read about was copyright owners could just kind of skip the whole copyright thing on YouTube and just kind of sick lawyers to your front door. Decided it wasn't really worth it with my, at the time, 0.2 views on average. Went a few years, big cough happened, I considered coming back as, you know, even my crap gotta be entertaining enough for people dealing with that. But I decided not to, as I didn't want to get sued. Later realized that nothing had happened. Figured maybe Norway was safe, as we're not in the Union. But we're like this other thing. What's it called? To Google. EEA. Not to be confused with one of the plagues of the video game industry. That's just EA. You know, maybe that kept us safe. The way I read it, not that I'm balls deep in that politics stuff, but the way that I read it is that we don't have any say in what they decide. And we still have to follow the rules that they set, but I think we have a greater freedom in how much we follow the rules. Though that could be wrong. So after my quote-unquote mother put her dog down, I sort of lost my dog sitter job, and I was never really able to hold the job due to my mental issues. Had many meetings over the years with teary-eyed bosses telling me I'm a good guy and I did a good job, but they had to let me go because of my mental issues. No, can't trust you to open the business in the morning. You know, I might decide to take hang in there a bit too literal. And they only had so many slots, they needed those for people they could trust. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and I decided to give this YouTube thing another shot. First of all, to have something to do, but also, you know, deep down inside, a small hope that maybe I could start fixing my life. This is sort of the only option I have, right? You know, making content on the internet. Dysthemia, anxiety, and social anxiety absolutely kills on the job market, let me tell you. As in your chances. As absolutely no one wants to hire you. And that's just the stuff I'm diagnosed with. It's probably more. Now, job market today, you have to be 10 years old with 20 years of experience, and you have to be absolutely perfectly healthy. So, but no, I came back, very little expectations, purely due to how YouTube tends to operate. And it's been better than I expected. It seems the content ID thing has been reeled back a lot, maybe they figured out some stuff. You know, back in the day, anyone could claim anything. I guess it's Stephanie Sterling now. I don't follow them anymore. Too much drama, so I blocked out a bunch of that stuff. But they made a video where they actually like went through the process of claiming a video, and YouTube did not even attempt to stop them. Until YouTube realized that they were trying to claim a video using a channel that they had uploaded the video with. That was like the only hurdle. Like nowadays when I get a claim that seems legit enough anyways, I just kind of choose not to battle them. And when I do get one that seems BS, I still don't battle them. I reach out to the lawyers of the people who do own the rights. They tend to mind. But yeah, you know, it's been fine. But to the subject of this video. I made a video about it before. Hype button. A while back I heard about this thing, and I kinda got my hopes up. You'd think I'd learn by now. But it was this button that YouTube would implement, and it was supposed to help small creators. By the way it was explained, the way I read it, at least back then, was if you had below a certain threshold of subscribers. I think what I read was like under like 100,000 subscribers or something. You would have a hype button. And people could press this, and somehow this would help smaller creators get their videos out there. And then any talks about it just kind of went away. I woke up this morning around 1 AM, and my brain just kind of remembered that hype button. And I wondered, I wonder if they ever put that button in there. Or if they just scrapped it because we're YouTube and we don't care about smaller creators. I googled it, and I wasn't happy with what I saw. Oh, it exists. From what I read, exclusively on mobile. But the button isn't even there if you have, check this, less than 500 subscribers. YouTube, let's talk. Let's have a little chat, and pardon my French. How the fuck does this help your smallest creators, you do nothing to help us. And the thing you do doesn't help the people that need it the most. Yeah, we'll help the small ones. You need 500 subs though. Well, may I give you a question, YouTube? How do we get those 500 subs? Is it purely YouTube's fault that this is happening? And I'm gonna have to record a studio page for this, but I will. As of recording the voice here, I have no clue what my studio page looks like. Thanks to what I may have. I don't want anyone to think I don't appreciate what I have. But this is not enough to help me fix my life. Is it purely YouTube's fault that this looks like this? No, probably not. But I'm doing my best. I take this as serious as I can without ruining it completely. The people that have bothered giving my channel a chance have tried more than they have to, but I just don't feel like YouTube is trying. I'm not some elite gamer. I'm not good at games, never been, and I'm nowhere near racist or sexist enough to be a gamer. I'm not a comedian. I'm not good at editing. Probably one of my biggest regrets, quitting media and communications. But back in 06, making YouTube videos was not on my mind. As for the funny part, I'm Norwegian. The creator of Simpsons, Matt Groening or whatever, said in an interview that he is half German and half Norwegian. Quote, two of the least funny groups of people on the planet. I'm full-blooded Norwegian. I'm screwed. But I'm doing my best with what I have. And it should be in YouTube's best interest to help all creators get to a point where they can make a living off YouTube. I don't even need that. Like I believe I said in an earlier video, if I could get to a point where I didn't lose cash by doing YouTube, like by having YouTube cover things like my editing software, maybe if I was allowed to ask for way more than I deserve, a little bit more, so I can slot that into a savings account as an emergency if something like my PC exploded and I could replace it faster. Like, how do I get there when YouTube doesn't even pretend to care? YouTube, I know you're not watching this. I know you don't care. But let's play pretend. I think that's what it's called. And use our childhood imagination to pretend you give a crap. And that someone at YouTube watches this. From what I understand, YouTube doesn't earn a lot of cash, relatively speaking. From what I hear, the numbers are quite red. There are ways to fix this. Let me mention 3 of them. 1, I just realized that you've tried 2 of them. 1, pump up the percentage that you take from big creators, which you've tried before and it pissed big creators off. 2, what you're currently doing, drowning people in unskippable ads, which is pissing off viewers. Or 3, help as many creators as possible. Optimally, all of us reach a point where you can take the same percentage of us as well. This will not piss off big creators. It will not piss off viewers, causing them to resort to ad blockers, screwing over creators, and you get more sources to siphon it from. Let me just throw some numbers out there, in case it isn't clear what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna throw some numbers, because I don't have any official numbers to work with. Just random numbers to get my point out there. This is how my brain works. You know what? Let's make an NFT. Instead of having, say, 1,000 people that you take a 20% from, having 100,000 people to take 20% from should, in my head, be good for YouTube's economy, as it should result in a bigger number without taking more than 20% of each person. And in the process, in return, you would help people like me giving their life a fucking purpose. People are already uploading videos. You may as well help them get to a point where you can benefit off them. This should not be such a mind-bending thing. And this hype button could have been just that. It could have been the solution to a bunch of problems. But of course, you had to go and fuck it up by half-assing it. Yeah, just get 500 active subscribers that give a crap about you. Based off all of these years that I've been making YouTube videos. From where? YouTube doesn't even pretend to push the videos of smaller creators. Randoms who have found my channel has been because of the games that I cover. Really, it's just two people. One of them was because of Final Fantasy 14, and the other one asked me some kind of question about a fatal frame thing. Like, how are we supposed to get to 500 subscribers when YouTube itself seems hell-bent on doing everything it can to stop us? Where are we going to get them from? Just magically? Like in the Family Guy skit, there's like, oh, this is how humanity started, according to Christianity, or whatever the hell it was. There's just like this shit just nodding your head and things are just magically popping into existence. It's not how the world works, YouTube. Like, I'm doing my best. May not seem like it, but with what I've been given, it's about the best I can do. The people who give my channel a chance is doing their best. Why the fuck isn't YouTube? When you finally do something, it doesn't help anyone that actually needs help. If you ask me, which it clearly isn't, this button should be for everyone under 500k. I legit lack the words to describe how useless this button is. So let's ask ourselves. I'm giving YouTube a lot of smack. What could I do to get those 500 subs? I could try being more entertaining. Again, Norwegian, also not an actor. I don't have it in me to pretend to be someone I'm not. The only difference between me on YouTube and me in real life is that I talk more. That's it. I'm just an unlikable guy everywhere. I'm already trying the meta thing poorly. Not sure how to do it. I think maybe I'll just have to do it while it's popular and then move on. That would require me to never finish anything. It might be one of those things that only work for streamers. Right? I saw some brain dead person on Twitter say collabing with other creators. Ignoring the fact that no one wants to collab with anyone unless they're the only ones to earn from it. I've tried. I told my anxiety to calm down for a bit, and I reached out to similar sized people with similar interests. I was either ghosted or told to fuck off. The few that gave me a proper reason basically said I wasn't worth their time. Things like, I don't collab with people with less than 1,000 subscribers. They themselves had 20. So that's pointless to even consider. I think convincing people that boobs are a type of boobs is a bit beyond me. I don't have the talent to convince people that. It's kind of weird how big women are thick while big men are gross. By the way, I can start using AI. Less work and more videos, and videos using those seem to blow up for some reason, even though everyone claims to hate AI. I could hire an editor. Videos would be more palatable, I guess. If only I could afford to do that. I don't like editing, I'd be more than happy to, but I can't afford to pay anyone to do that shit. I could start streaming and use the channel as a VOD channel. I've considered it. Depends on how much of a pain in the ass it is to move the VOD from Twitch to YouTube. Because streaming on YouTube is pointless. As it seems, well, at least to me, based on what I've seen, the only people who get notified about you being live is people that already follow you. No discovery whatsoever. But also, I'm kind of worried about the big zero would bother me. Well, I guess it would be, well, based on my experiences, it would be a 1 because I feel like I have to have the stream open to keep an eye on things. So there would be a 1, not a 0, I guess. You know, it's a possibility that would bother me. There's a possibility that the only reason why I haven't seriously considered giving up on YouTube again is because I avoided the studio page, so I avoid all the zeros. But it would be easier to keep up with Flavor of the Month, and no need for any massive editing, as the VOD should be uploaded as was. Like, I watch a lot of VODs. You're telling me they edit them? Like, you'd think those BRB and starting soon screens would be shorter if that was the case. I feel like I'm skipping like 20 minutes of a stream VOD every time I load one up. But no, I thought about it. I thought about streaming. Turning this channel into a VOD channel instead. Like 10-hour streams. It'll be a lot easier to keep up with Flavor of the Month. Anyways, YouTube, thanks for nothing. Thanks for spending time and cash on coding something that helps absolutely fucking none of the people that desperately fucking needed it. I hope it was worth it.